Hello everyone, welcome to the Goes to 11 Vise Squad, sponsored by Sea Run Fly and Tackle. In today's segment, I am going to tie for you my take on a March brown fly, which I've already done one up. There's one sitting in the vise here. Just like that. So here we go. So we're going to start with a number 12 barbless dry fly hook made by Hends. Put them in the vise. Today we're going to use some 8/0 uni thread. This is Camel color. So we'll start a couple eye widths back. I like to do that just for some spacing and measuring for later, which you'll see. So we wrap that to the back of the bend. Snip the tag end out. Cover that up. For the tail on this fly, I like to use boar hair. This is tan dyed boar hair. It's splayed out, much like a mayfly tail. So I like to tie that in right on top of the hook. I like to make sure it's more or less a hook length long behind the tip, behind the bend. And we'll tie that in. And when I get to the back, I like to put 3 wraps or 4 wraps underneath there. It helps lock that tail in and hopefully gets it to splay up a little bit. And right back over top. Now we'll cut that out. Be gone. Now for the body on this fly, I like to use a turkey Biot. Today we're going to use a mahogany brown turkey Biot. So we'll tie that in on my side. I like to be gentle when I tie these in, just because they are kind of fragile and they do like to tear if you tie them in too tight at the very back. I'll wrap my thread forward. I'll get a hold of that Biot, like so, and spin that around. These give a nice segmented look. Pretty cool looking body. Bring that up. A couple wraps to tie it in. Cinch it down, and we'll cut that out. So the hackle on this fly, there's 2 hackles. I have a dark brown dyed Grizzly Hackle that I'll tie in first. And then I also have a Dunn colored Grizzly Hackle that I'll tie in second, like that. And we'll reach in there and we'll get rid of those little ends, trim them off close, and we'll wrap those in, tie them in good. For the wing on these flies, I like to use Antron Yarn. I think it gives it a nice profile. It's easy to work with and it floats well. If you'll excuse my dog. Apparently something out there is worth barking at. Shankly, shush. So anyway, I take a couple wraps of that Antron yarn just to build it up a little bit. And I'll go kind of in between where the hackle and the hook point is. And I'll tie that in over top. I like to use figure 8 wraps on this. Holds it in there nice, keeps it on top of that hook shank. So we'll tie that in 4 or 5 good tight wraps. And then what I like to do, I'll grab it and pull it up. And I'll wrap around the base of it. It just helps hold them up so they don't lay flat. Very similar to tying a parachute in without going all the way up and making a post. So we'll go around one more time. And then we'll bring that thread forward to the front. You can see I've got some barbel sticking out there. Okay. So now we'll take that Dunn hackle. We'll make 2 or 3 wraps forward to behind the wing and right up to the wing. And then I bring it under and then right back up tight to the wing, and I'll make 3 or 4 wraps in the front there. I'll tie that off. And I'll clip that out. And then we'll move to the brown hackle. And we'll just gently wind it through. If my Antron would cooperate, that'd be great. Now if you want a darker fly, just add more darker hackle wraps. If you want a lighter fly, you can use less darker hackle wraps. Now, grab that one, tie it off. And we'll snip it out of there, nice and close. And then I try not to trap those hackle fibers in. It can be tough sometimes, but you can always snip them out like this. Few in there. So then I'll take that wing and pull it straight up. And I like to be, I don't know, maybe 1/8 of an inch above that hackle, like so. I like to splay them out a little bit, like that. And then we'll grab our whip finish tool. I'm going to start behind that eye and start whip finishing back 3 or 4 wraps. Usually pretty good. Like that. Pull it tight. Reach in there nice and close. I like to go back and just clean up that eye in case you've missed any. Like so. So that is a pretty quick and easy March brown mayfly. So now part of this segment from week to week will be a little bit of a giveaway. So we're going to ask a trivia question and look for an answer, and whoever's the first answer with the correct answer will give away a couple of these flies and probably a couple extras. I like to pass flies on and get them out there. So because we don't have a segment from last week to go off, what we're going to do this week is ask that you go over to the Goes to 11 page on Instagram and check out Rick's segment with the Silver Valley Brewing Company. And the question will be, what is the head brewer's favorite beer that he brews? So the first person to answer that will win these flies and a couple extras. So that'll be it for this week. So thanks for joining us. I hope you found it informative. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to answer at the bottom. Give us a like. And if you'd like to, hit the subscribe button. And you can also click on the reminder bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming segments. So until next time, tight lines and keep your rod tip up. Thanks everyone.